What's going on, guys? Black Scout Survival Late Night Live. Thanks for tuning in. Did you see the intro? It said, do not comply. Yeah, I don't know if you caught that. There's some other secret messages on there. Go and rewatch it until you can read all of them. Anyway, let's talk more about the FBI raid. We talked about last night. If you did not check out last night's video, please go do that. A lot of information there. I think, this will obviously be addition to that, but definitely go watch that video first. And, so as most of you guys know, Trump's home was raided yesterday and in Mar-a-Lago. And, guys, this is an abuse of power by the DOJ, okay, and the Biden administration. And the judge who actually approved this raid is linked to the serial pedophile, Jeffrey Epstein.
The New York Post is now reporting that the federal magistrate here in Florida who approved this search warrant after he left working for the U.S. Attorney's Office back in 2008, he then went into private practice and represents several associates of the disgraced financier and accused serial pedophile, Jeffrey Epstein.
So, guys, I mean, is this still a conspiracy theory? I mean, literally. So let's look at some other people that signed off on this. Bruce Reinhart, who helped sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein escape any real justice. Merrick Garland, Trump took his nomination to the Supreme Court away. And Chris Wray, FBI chief, Trump tried to fire over his job performance. So my question, though, is, was this that serious to have a raid? Like, come on, seriously. Like, there were no other amicable means to get with Trump and his team about this. They could have subpoenaed these documents, right? Did you know that FBI agents would not allow Trump's lawyers to watch as they raided his home? Literally, I mean, that should be a indicator there. What does that smell like to you? And they wouldn't let his lawyers watch the raid at all. And the FBI actually searched Melania's wardrobe, spent hours in Trump's office, and a statement from an insider said there's no need for any of this, the source said, adding the FBI wouldn't let the attorneys come in and watch the raid. They told them to leave. The source close to the former president expressed concern that the FBI agents or DOJ lawyers conducting a search could have planted stuff, obviously, because they would not allow Trump's attorneys inside the 128-room building to observe the operation that lasted more than 9 hours. 9 hours to go get some books, some documents, some notepads, right? And you see a lot of people posting online that, Trump took the left, the liberal, progressive. They're like, Trump took classified documents. We're going to get more into actually what this kind of stuff is here in a minute. It was 91 degrees temperature on Monday. Despite that, Trump's lawyers were forbidding to even be inside of the cool lobby to observe the search in any way. They were left outside the parking lot to bake in the sun for 9 hours. Earlier this year, the NARA said, and that is the National Archives Records, said that Trump took 15 boxes of presidential records to his personal residence in Florida. Those boxes allegedly contain classified national security information and official correspondence between Trump and foreign heads of state. Of all the documents and materials created in the course of business conducted by U.S. president, only 1 to 3% are so important for legal or historical reasons they are kept by the NARA per their website. So they could be, trying to get information for January 6th hearing. They could have placed bugs everywhere, cameras, right, to do this kind of stuff. The thing is that, and we'll talk more about it in a minute, but the NARA, the National Archives Records, literally this stuff, they basically keep everything, every single document. It doesn't matter if he's in a notepad, he's writing on in a meeting. They have to take everything and they go through it, and they only keep 1% of it, right? They deem important. So literally, this was just some kind of witch hunt, like it always has been with Donald Trump. Mark Fallows, scary days for the country, says the president when the FBI has been weaponized. Sounds like early Nazis. Yeah, Mark. Thanks, man. Absolutely. So everybody is up in arms across the country about this. Even Andrew Cuomo. DOJ must immediately explain the reason for its raid, and it must be more than a search of inconsequential archives, or it will be viewed as a political tactic and undermine any credible investigation and legitimacy of the January 6th investigations. Like, this is Andrew Cuomo, dude, and he is even up in arms about this, right? So obviously, everybody around the world is pretty upset for this. This is old Biden and his henchmen right here. The White House on Tuesday insisted that President Joe Biden had no knowledge of the FBI raid on former President Trump. Donald Trump's home at Mar-a-Lago. The president was not briefed, was not aware. No one from the White House was given a heads up. This is all quoting from Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. She claimed this during her daily briefing earlier today. She repeated that Biden learned about the raid from public media reports. Oh, okay, sure. Just like American people, she said. She said that Biden's Justice Department was independent from his administration under the leadership and attorney of Merrick Garland. She goes on to say, I want to remind everyone of what Biden said when he nominated Merrick Garland. We need to restore the honor, integrity, and independence of the Department of Justice that has been so badly damaged, she said. Okay. Jean-Pierre repeatedly refused to comment even on the smallest details of the DOJ, and I'll play that clip for you real quick.
Is there a concern here that if you guys don't say more, then these Republicans who are accusing this White House of weaponizing the Justice Department, weaponizing the FBI, that's going to become the public sentiment? If you guys don't say once and for all, we are not doing that.
First of all, we're just not going to comment on the Department of Justice investigation.
Okay,
we're just not going to comment on that.
Is this White House weaponizing the Justice Department and the FBI against political opponents?
The president has been very clear from before he was elected, very clear on this. Hold on. Throughout his time in office.
I heard the quote. We will be playing the quote tonight at 6 o'clock. Is this administration weaponizing the Justice Department and the FBI against political opponents?
Peter, the president believes in the rule of law. The president believes in the independence of the Department of Justice.
That's a yes or no?
No, that is no. It's a yes or a no for you. I'm answering the question. You may not like it, but I'm answering the question, and I'm answering the question, and I'm telling you that we are not going to comment on a criminal investigation. The president has been very clear. I laid out what his thoughts were back on January 7th in 2021 about how he saw the Department of Justice. And I'm just going to leave it there.
So yeah, she couldn't even answer the question. She was evading it and saying that, they didn't really know anything. Come on. We're not that dumb, right? I mean, we're talking about the former president of the United States and an FBI raid on his house. Yeah, Mark, I agree, buddy. To your comment about the TW, thanks, man. The FBI broke a padlock off of a door because on it a couple months ago because they didn't have a key, and also they brought in a locksmith a safe cracker to bust up his safe. If you didn't know that, that's what he was complaining about, his safe being broken. I mean, safes are expensive; they're thousands of dollars. So they brought a safe cracker come in there and broke his safe. Aubrey, you bought some constitutional history books, first year of homeschooling. Well, hey, congratulations. Definitely homeschool. Don't let your kids be indoctrinated. And thanks for the super chat. So, I mean, I'm sure, look, I'm not going to sit here and believe that Biden is some, diabolical, he's a puppet. Like, literally, look at this guy right here. So he just shook Schumer's hand, and now he's waiting to shake it. He forgot within those few seconds that he forgot within those few seconds that he shook Schumer's hand. Like, literally shook his hand first, then forgot and was holding, and then laughed because he thought he didn't get. I mean, literally, this is not some diabolical, evil. I mean, he's not making plans. He's just the puppet. Trump actually posted this on True Social today, and he said a horrible thing that took place yesterday at Mar-a-Lago. We are no better than a third world country, a banana republic, It is a constitution of Russia. It's a continuation of Russia, Russia, Russia. Impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2, the collusion, Mueller report, and more. To make matters worse of it all, in my opinion, a coordinated attack with radical left Democrats, state, local DAs, and AGs. And if you think, guys, that this is not a coordinated attack, you're gravely mistaken. Because why would this happen today? Republican Representative Scott Perry, a close ally of Donald Trump, had his cell phone seized today by the FBI. In a statement, Congressman Perry said, "This morning, while traveling with my family, 3 FBI agents visited me, seized my cell phone. They made no attempt to contact my lawyer, who would have made arrangements for them to have my phone. That was their wish. I'm outraged, though not surprised." FBI, under the direction of Merrick Garland's DOJ, would seize the phone of a sitting member of Congress. My phone contains info about legislative, political activities, personal and private discussions with my wife, family, constituents, and friends. None of this is the government's business. As with President Donald Trump's last night, DOJ chose this unnecessary and aggressive action instead of simply contacting my attorneys. These kind of banana republic tactics should be a concern for every citizen, especially considering the decision before Congress this week to hire 87,000 new IRS agents to further persecute law-abiding citizens. Important thing you should know, Congressman Perry is a 5-term congressman and is the leader of the Conservatives House of Freedom Caucus. Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney claims that Congressman Perry contacted the White House in the weeks after January 6th, allegedly to seek a pardon. She said this during the January 6th committees. Congressman Perry obviously denied this, and the DOJ FBI declined to comment on that matter, right? So if you think this is like a conspiracy, think again, guys. So if they can do it to the president, just think what they can do to, buckle up, get skin on. Thanks, Mark, obviously. We're going to talk more about that in a second. Let's talk about what the FBI has been doing since 2015. They propagated the Russian collusion hoax to try to hurt the Trump administration, manufactured the Whitmer kidnapping case and blamed it on Trump before the election. All those guys were acquitted because the FBI totally constructed this plot. Like, it was funny because I had some inside intel, and they said that when they brought the guys in the room, they all said, "Yeah, man, like I'm using a fake name. Alex is the one who coordinated this. He's the one who." Alex turns out to be the freaking undercover FBI agent, right? So Alex put it all together. They helped Biden's presidential campaign by burying Hunter's illegal activities laptop. I mean, I got hit for it. April. Yeah, all us little people should worry. If they're going to hit the top, that's right, April. Thanks. Misclassified domestic extremism cases to support the Biden narrative, right? Remember, white people were the worst and the most extreme terrorists of the United States. Remember that? That was their Homeland Security that said that. They targeted conservative parents who protested pandemic policies in school board and called them terrorists. If you don't recall that too, we did videos on all this stuff. Placed at least 2 informants at the Capitol on January 6th who participated in the riot. One of whom, which I know this to be a fact, that showed up was part of a group that showed up on the FBI watch list. Guy did his video saying, "I'm a victim." One of his main guys in leadership role in that group that you guys watch his YouTube channel too, turns out to be an FBI informant. He was actually working for FBI. So how many of those guys and how much of that group was FBI? And then I'm going to play my victim because I'm on the list. They raided Trump's home, obviously, to find anything that could prevent him from running in 2024. So last night, again, I showed this right here, this concealment, removal, or mutilation generally. So this is the U.S. code. And so if you look at the highlighted area here, shall forfeit his office and be disqualified from holding any office in the United States. So really, we live in a country where moms are terrorists, but the government gives the Taliban millions of dollars of weapons, billions of dollars of weapons. where hundreds of people die daily from fentanyl, but we're up in arms classifying the monkeypox as an emergency, and where political rivals' homes are raided. But the son of the president is literally smoking crack and committing felonies on that he's filming himself do. So I was referencing the document things. I watched Smarter News, Jenna Lee, who we had on a few weeks ago, and she kind of broke it down as like this National Archives deal. Is this really even a convictable crime? Apparently, it's more like a guideline. And so for them to send an FBI raid is pretty, we know it's fishy. So this could be, like I said, like she said, a memo pad that he wrote notes on. Like, could have literally been a memo pad. And this isn't, it could be just be dumb documents. It's not like he was smuggling government secrets, right? So it could be any dumb thing like that they could try to say that. But again, these are not convictable crimes. But like I said at the beginning of the video, I'd be more afraid of them planting evidence or trying to find something else, planting listening devices, right? I mean, they have high-speed technology now, cameras, these sort of things. I mean, look, they literally are using the socialist playbook. If you look at the same thing that happened in Cuba, Venezuela, there's a guy named Capriles that was the main opposition of Hugo Chavez in Venezuela. And they imprisoned him and barred him for life from political office because he was winning against Hugo Chavez. And so he held a rally at the Capitol. Something happened, and like a, kind of like an uprising. And they put him in prison for that. Same exact thing as Donald Trump doing right now. Literally the same thing. Go study history, world history. Like, it's funny, like when I see these people that constantly say, like last night, I saw on last night's video, I got a comment saying, "Oh, quit with your, your scare tactics, your fear mongering." Literally, this has happened before across the globe. Like, there's nothing new under the sun, guys. It's a vicious cycle. And then they'll be like, get back to survival content. That's what I subscribe. I don't want you to survive. I don't want to help you survive, because people like you, you're the reason why the country's being destroyed. We're paying $5 a gallon of gas, $5 for a gallon of milk. And people are losing their businesses, losing their homes because of people like you that are such idiots. I don't want you to survive, so don't watch my videos. Unsubscribe. You say I do this for clicks and views. Don't watch and don't click, buddy. I don't care, right? So anyway, Rocky, yeah, so Rocky, good point, man. He's saying that they didn't do this for Trump. They did this to scare people. Well, obviously, that is part of the game. They do this thing to instill fear. Just go back and think about the Supreme Court and how they basically were cool with them. The White House was cool with people showing up at their houses, at their kids' school, literally trying to kill Kavanaugh. Right, because they want to put fear into the justice to not go against the deep state, the Democrat Party. They don't want it, right? So they want to instill fear in those guys. So obviously they're going to do it to us too. TW, yeah, man, tax strike. Obviously, that's what they got. These IRS agents loaded up guns and ammo for. Anyhow, they're literally trying every tactic possible, guys. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. They're literally trying every tactic possible. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if some kind of JFK attempt happened if nothing else were to work, right? That's why you see Trump's security is very heavily armed. Those dudes are like they're ready, to roll out of Fallujah. You know what I mean? So, but some people commented also last night about, how can you support Trump? I'm a conservative, but I can't. Trust me when I say, they say that he's part of it and he's all theatrics. Trust me when I say that a multimillionaire who does never have to lift his finger the rest of his life, and his kids don't, and his grandkids don't, who never has to work, why would they go through around-the-clock media coverage, getting blasted and scrutiny and all of the bullshit involved? Why would anybody do that if they were just part of the smoke and mirrors? Come on. Are you really that dumb? Like, no one's going to put themselves through that. I wouldn't put myself through that. Nothing's worth it. Why? If I'm a multimillionaire, I'm not even a multimillionaire, and I would just not even do that, right? So, but if that alone doesn't show you that Trump is ruffling their feathers, I guess drink the Kool-Aid and go vote for Kanye West. I don't know what to tell you. But the absolute hatred by the media and Democrats should tell you that he's not one of their Muppets. He wasn't placed in the position like the rest of them were, right? Mark Fallis, they'll have great consequences in 2024. Yeah, and they know that, Mark. They know that, man. That's why they are fighting tooth and nail right now, because they're afraid of what's coming. Russell, I'm sorry, but there's only one way this is going to end. No one's going to save us from the government or ourselves. They'll either be midterms, they'll be rigged. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it could be, and we're going to talk about that towards the end, but I still would vote, because that's also another tactic. Like a lot of people say, I'm not going to vote. They want you not to vote. That's the whole tactic too, to fear you into that all the elections are rigged, so I'm just not going to vote. Then you don't vote, and they don't have to rig elections, right? So don't even give them that. But like, again, the absolute hatred by the media and Democrats should tell you that he's not one of their Muppets. Do I think there are better man that could be in the seat? Absolutely. However, I'm not going to vote for, or not going to not vote for him if he goes against Biden. That would just be dumb. And that's the type of reasoning that you shouldn't vote if you believe that way. If you think, well, I'm not going to vote for him because I don't like him, I'm going to vote for another guy. Or that's the same reason why Biden is in his position. That's dumb reasoning. Like, start thinking. This man is the main opposition to the Democrat Party. People are literally trying to destroy America. Why would you not support him? Why would you not support Donald Trump when he's literally the main opposition, the main one getting targeted? Obviously, all of us getting targeted at some level, but he is taking the brunt of the heat. Trust me. And he didn't have to. He could just disappear into life, play golf, right? But back to the IRS for just a second. I was in the Marine Corps, obviously. I'll talk about that. But let me put this in perspective for you, because being in the Marine Corps, the few, the proud, the Marines, that's what they call us. The IRS spent $80 billion, which for 180,000 employees that have taken up mass amounts of gun and ammunition, okay, rifles, equipment, etc. As of 2022, right now, the Marine Corps has around 177,000 members on active duty and 32,000 in reserves. So why is it the IRS has got more people and more guns than the Marine Corps, right? I mean, are you awake? Is that waking you up yet? JJ, this isn't going to go well. Yeah, obviously. They're going to wake a sleeping tiger, sleeping lion. Don't wake a sleeping lion. Don't wake a sleeping baby either. Let me tell you, I'm learning that. Don't wake a sleeping baby, guys. It'll keep you up all night. Anyway, why don't the IRS start looking into Hunter Biden's financial records? That's what I want to know. Like, and look to the payments to the big guy. Why don't we start there and where they came from? I mean, they already have the laptop, But again, they're weaponizing all these government agencies, guys, against us, the opposition. Like, they are considering us the opposition. And the IRS, we will probably get targeted for audits by what we post on social media. I'm sure if I get targeted, I'm sure. This is the weird thing. Like, I don't want to disclose too much, but there's been 2 times in the past 4 months that I've been hit, that I had to write out things that apparently the FBI looks over financials for our company. I thought it was weird because I've been in business 10 years. And in the past 4 months, I've had 2 where I have to basically say who we have manufactured our equipment. So like my buddy, I call my buddies, hey dude, just let you know, they're asking who am I affiliated with, So it's crazy. Like I think obviously the political persecution is coming, right? The Ministry of Truth, forget that. Like, conspiracy theorists, the Ministry of Truth dudes, like, trying to silence you, right? They're literally deplatforming people, trying to silence your voice on social media. The video we posted last night got hit immediately, right? And so obviously I appealed it and won. But the thing is that what they do is that they know you're going to win the case because I didn't do anything wrong that went against the community guidelines. But what it does is it throttles the living hell out of you, because you have a window. And that's why I always ask you guys to go help me bust through the algorithm to go comment on the video and like, because you help me. And that probably is why even pushing back is because your guys are helping fight the fight. But that window of opportunity is like 2 hours. If you don't get views, comments, and likes, and all that stuff within 2 hours, like your video goes to garbage. Like nobody sees it, it gets shadow banned, stuff like that. So, but if you get hit out of the gate and you have to wait to approval, you lose that window, right? And so this is a tactic they use. I'm not dumb. I know what they're doing. Let me see what your other guys are saying. Dogs, Schmog, thanks, buddy. Can you imagine the headlines if Trump had been waiting for the FBI? Right? Like, yeah, like Tony Montana, absolutely. Yeah. Or his freaking team of agents. You should just Google what his Secret Service, I mean, they're all jacked up, got AR-15s. They look like they're ready to like rock and roll. Smeltzer, it's scary that they raid a former president, destroy his property, yet nobody answers for it. The FBI, DOJ, even the White House don't have an answer to anyone. I'm dying. Yeah, thanks, buddy. I'm dying to see what the warrant says, because like you have to have like probable cause. Like, oh, we think he has it. Like they have to have a reason. They can't just do it otherwise, right? You know, I mean, I'd imagine I'd go ahead and sue them into oblivion, because depending on what the warrant said. Might wash EMP Mar-a-Lago before returning. Yeah, that's right. That's right, buddy. Thanks, man. Yeah, Rip Curl. Thanks, buddy. Rip Curl sharing all platforms, leaving comments. Help us fight the fight, guys. There's very few of us out here that are fighting the fight. A lot of these guys are just shills, money makers, and all this sort of stuff. Look, we all like to have. I've got a business too. You know what I mean? This YouTube isn't the business. The YouTube is not the business. The business is product sales that I started before doing the YouTube. But the thing is that we want to make money, but this information, like there is a more responsibility if you have a following. Like, and I'm talking to anybody out there who has a following. I don't care if it's 1,000. I had 1,000 followers one time too. If you have a following, it's your duty to stand up right now. Quit being silent, right? Who cares if you lose people? I've got 600,000 followers. Do you not think I'll lose followers? Do you not think I'll lose money? Obviously, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Matter of fact, I don't want those type of people supporting me anyway. I don't want their money. I don't want their views. I don't want them. I don't want any affiliation with people that are destroying America, right? Conservatives or any of the opposition, right? I mean, you're libertarian, whatever. If you're going against this liberal, progressive, Marxist, socialist movement, you're going to be deplatformed. You're going to be punished. They're going to be hunting you down, right? If you're not going along with the agenda, if you don't have the Ukraine flag with the rainbow flag underneath it, you're being targeted, you know. But if you think that we're safe, because a lot of people say, well, they got away with it because of the coup. They got away with it last time because of the coup. And you think now going into the midterms, we're safe. Well, I got news for you guys. Some news just broke out. A new Lingua virus in China infects 35 people, more fatal than the coup. Reported today, gentlemen and women. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry. Yes. So they got a new one. The coup on steroids, guys, is here. Mark, thumbs up, everyone. There are only 80. Get with it, boys and girls. Yeah, absolutely. Get with it. Let me see them thumbs up, guys. Oh, yeah. We got a few moderators now. I want to welcome them again. Obviously, Rip has been with us for a minute. Does great work. He's got a YouTube channel too. Zay, Callie is also one. I think she has a YouTube channel. Maybe check her out. And then we have April Armijo. I think this is her right here. Welcome, guys, and thanks for being mods for Black Scout. They do great work. Russell's performance. Did I get your pin? He said it's IRS, the new branch of the military. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there you go. Is it the new? Yeah. So we got the Navy, Coast Guard, Marines, Air Force, and IRS. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Aubrey, thanks. Your husband's an active duty Air Force officer, and the morale is so low. There's so much red tape. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I could not be in the military anymore. There's no freaking way. I'd go AWOL. I ain't no way I could put up with this right now. You know, I don't know if I'd go AWOL, but I wouldn't. I'd be in bad shape. I'd be getting some page 11s or NJPs, court martials, you name it. I'd be getting it probably. Okay, thanks, buddy. Yeah, it is crazy, man. So Matthew says, I did the math. The IRS will be the 30th largest army in the world. No kidding. IRS force. There we go. There we go. All right, guys. Well, that was it. And yeah, like April says right now, hit the thumbs up to like it's the leftist face. That's right. HE BSS, the spirit of truth, loving the store. Dang, we're wouldn't be surprised if we went grid down scenario this fall. The Dems government pose as the saviors. Yeah, that's what they try to do. Oh, we're the good guys. We're coming to save you, right? Someone saying, who else would want to have a beer with Jack? I'd be willing to have a beer, but you're buying. You're buying. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks again. And there's Zay there. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in tonight. And yeah, go hit the thumbs up like it's the leftist face. And be sure to go comment once the video posts. It helps me tremendously to fight the commies, really. And guys, be afraid of the IRS. They could be knocking at your door, ready to do an audit with AR-15s, you know, the whole nine, maybe bazooka. Who knows? Anyhow, guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you stay frosty, stay strapped, stay dangerous. Good night.